Joe Biden's son Hunter has been the black sheep since getting kicked out of the Navy in 2014. Since then, he's opened up about his substance issues, his infidelity, even his relationship with the widow of his dead brother. Let's take a look at Hunter Biden's scandalous relationship history. Republicans really don't have a lot of love for Hunter Biden. His name and sordid past were a constant talking point as his dad tried to fend off Donald Trump's attacks in the 2020 election. In 2020, Senate Republicans came out swinging with a monstrous 87-page report claiming Hunter had spent thousands on sex workers trafficked by a shady network in Eastern Europe. The full report makes 3 key claims, according to Daily Mail. They are summed up as such. Hunter Biden sent thousands of dollars to individuals who have either 1. Been involved in transactions consistent with possible human trafficking, 2. An association with the adult entertainment industry, or 3. Potential association with sex work. The Republican committee claimed they were trying to tease out possible extortion threats that could compromise the Biden administration. Anyone who follows politics might imagine a slightly different motivation. Democrats had just spent 4 years claiming Trump was a Russian stooge. It would only make sense for them to want to distract the public with a provable scandal on the left side of the fence. In the end, though, the proof for the charges against Hunter are unspecified, according to the New York Post. What would possess a man in the public eye to set up his laptop and record a video of himself naked in a hotel room with a sex worker? We can't attest to exactly why, but this is what Hunter Biden did a few years back. In 2021, Daily Mail obtained a shocking video, filmed in 2019, from one of Hunter Biden's 3 missing laptops. After Biden and the anonymous sex worker finish their agreed-upon business, he keeps the camera rolling. He then pours out his heart about a Las Vegas bender in 2018 in which he spent, quote, 18 days going from penthouse suite to penthouse suite. The publication noted that he sometimes ended up spending $10,000 a night. Hunter also says in the video that he nearly overdosed on drugs. As he was coming in and out of consciousness, he saw a group of Russian drug dealers quickly gathering things up in the room. All of this possibly part of a, quote, foreign intelligence operation, according to Daily Mail. Hunter tells the sex worker his father is running for president and he fears blackmail. The sex worker then chimes in with her 2 cents on the subject, saying, "I think you should just beat him to the punch. I think you should release your own video." Hunter Biden's partying is not limited to Las Vegas, of course. Biden has been working as a Washington lobbyist since graduating from Yale in 1996. One of his favorite hotspots has been the Empire Club in the Capitol's DuPont Circle neighborhood. It was there he met an exotic dancer named Landon Alexi Roberts, working under the stage name Dallas, according to Page 6. Hunter was married at the time. He told The New Yorker he hadn't been to a strip club in years. However, after yet another of his affairs was revealed in 2017, Hunter admitted, "I went directly to a strip club." It's not clear when exactly Hunter struck up the relationship with Roberts, but by 2018, she was filing a petition, claiming Biden was the father of her newborn child. Hunter denied paternity, but agreed to take a test to clear his name. That plan hit a snag when it was confirmed with scientific certainty that Hunter was indeed the father, according to the Arkansas Democratic Gazette. Biden then dodged his court-ordered mandates both to appear and to file the necessary financial documents in the child support fight that ensued, according to Page 6. The lovers finally came to a settlement in 2020 that included retroactive payments, according to Courthouse News Service. Hunter and Kathleen Biden were married in 1993 and have 3 children together. But Biden's drug use and infidelity took its toll on his former spouse, and they separated in 2015. Kathleen hit Hunter hard during their contentious 2017 divorce, alleging her ex had wantonly, quite, blown money on sex workers, strip clubs, and drugs, according to Vanity Fair. She said his lack of thrift left her and the children essentially broke. Hunter told The New Yorker that the couple's serious issues started in 2015, when Kathleen kicked him out of the house for his failure to stay sober. His drug use and infidelity only escalated. By 2017, Kathleen was demanding full custody of their one remaining minor child, according to Page 6. She also sought to put her ex's spending on ice, asking the court to limit Hunter's allowance to a mere $5,000 a month, while asking for $20,000 monthly for herself and the kids. The couple finalized their divorce with a confidential agreement, a judge determining there was, quote, no reasonable prospect of reconciliation of the parties. In 2017, POTUS-to-be Joe Biden was minding his own business when a reporter from Page Six called for comment about Hunter having an affair with the wife of Joe's deceased son, Beau Biden. That's according to Hunter Biden himself in his incredibly candid interview with The New Yorker in 2019. Beau Biden died of cancer in 2015 at the age of 46. 2 years later, Hunter's wife Kathleen was scrolling through her iPad when she found suggestive texts between Hunter and Beau's widow, according to Hunter's memoir, Beautiful Things, a book he was ultimately paid $2 million for. A publishing house insider said, the book admits that this was the final straw for Kathleen. She'd tried for years to help him beat his addiction to crack cocaine and booze, but then she found out he was sleeping with his brother's wife. She said he was a sicko. Hunter and Hallie first hooked up after one of his particularly bad crack binges. When Hunter finally checked into an Arizona rehab center, Hallie flew to meet him, and the two hit up at a nearby resort and became an official item. The relationship was on and off until 2019, while Hunter's drug habit spiraled. Hunter spoke about how bad his addiction was in an interview with CBS.
I went one time for 13 days without sleeping and smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively.
Hunter Biden's relationship with the widow of his dead brother Beau wasn't some dalliance. The two truly bonded. Biden told CBS News, I think people were confused by it, and I understand that. To me, it's not something that is difficult to explain because it came out of a real, overwhelming grief that we both shared. And that grief turned into a hope for a love that maybe could replace what we lost. And it didn't work. The couple was so close, they might have even covered up a crime together, according to Politico. In 2018, for officially unspecified reasons, Hallie swiped a handgun from her lover's truck and threw it in a trash can behind a grocery store. Perhaps realizing this wasn't a sane method of sidearm disposal, Hallie returned, only to find that the gun was gone. Delaware police got involved. The trash can was across the street from a high school, and cops were concerned, quote, the missing gun could be used in a crime. That's when what looks like a cover-up went down. Secret Service agents showed up at the store where Biden had bought the gun and tried to take the paperwork that proved the sale. The store's owner, knowing his rights, refused, but later turned over the receipts to the ATF. The gun itself had been recovered by a local man known for rummaging through refuse, and no charges were filed. Joe Biden's press staff denied any knowledge of the odd event. Ashley Madison isn't some other grieving family widow Hunter Biden had an affair with. It's a dating website specifically designed for extra matrimonial monkey business. In 2015, the login information of some 32 million Ashley Madison users was leaked by hackers, according to Wired, including reams of credit card data. Breitbart noticed an account listed under Robert Biden, Hunter's legal first name, and an associated email Hunter confirmed belonged to him. The supposed Biden profile, created while Hunter was married in 2014, described him as being an attached male seeking an anything-goes relationship. Hunter, perhaps predictably, made the now familiar claim this was all a devious Russian ruse. His reps alleged that maybe Vladimir Putin didn't like his board seat with Burisma, a Ukrainian oil company paying him big bucks. They also noted Hunter had been the victim of many hack attempts, including an attack on his Twitter. Biden told Breitbart, I am certain that the account in question is not mine. This is unfortunately not the first time that someone has used my name and identity to try to discredit me. In 2019, Hunter Biden was hitched again. This time, it was to a South African woman named Melissa Cohen. The couple were betrothed in a secret ceremony by a, quote, LA minister who runs an instant marriage company, according to TMZ. Hunter told ABC News that the nuptials came just 6 days after they met. Surprisingly, Hunter's father was supportive and happy for them from the get-go. Hunter told Jimmy Kimmel about a touching phone call Joe had with Melissa in the beginning.
And he said, I thank you for giving my son the courage to love again.
Cohen is a documentary filmmaker and activist who co-owns a company called Tribal Worlds that seeks to, quote, promote indigenous conservation, according to the Washington Post. She's extremely outspoken, condemning all Trump voters after the 2017 white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, writing, to those of you who voted for this POS, you should be ashamed. That's all. Hunter gushed about Melissa. I instantly fell in love with her, and then I've fallen in love with her more every day. They have one son together, Bo, named after his deceased brother. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, please call the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration's 24/7 National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357.